Así es la vida. Así es la vida. This is an expression. You don't have to do anything to it. You don't have to conjugate it. You don't have to change the gender of anything. No grammatical gender here. You can just use it as is. And this means that's life. The common English expression, that's life. So it's very similar to that one. Así es la vida. Essentially, you're saying that is life, that is life. So it's pretty much a literal translation. That's life. Así es la vida. Excellent. So let's look at some examples using this expression. Todo está subiendo de precio. O bueno, así es la vida. Todo está subiendo de precio. O bueno, así es la vida. So, this means everything is going up in price. Oh well, that's life. So, it sucks. It sucks that everything is going up, and I think it's happening nowadays. Everything is going up in price. Everything is more expensive. So, todo means everything. Todo, everything. Está is subiendo de precio. Subiendo de precio. This comes from the verb subiendo, comes from the verb subir. Subir has quite a few meanings. It means to go up, to come up, to climb, to raise. Okay, so that is those are the meanings of subir. Also, it means to upload if you're talking about files, so it has quite a few meanings. Subir. We can talk about this verb in the future for sure. Subir de precio. Subiendo de precio means going up in price. So that's the whole sentence. Precio means price. And we don't have en in Spanish for this phrase. So subiendo de precio. That is the term. Subir de precio, to go up in price. Okay. So we have this verb conjugated, subiendo. Okay. O bueno. O bueno is an expression that means oh well. Okay. O bueno. Así es la vida. That's life. That's life. So that's life. Unfortunately. So just remember that. We learned a few things. Subir de precio. Así es la vida. O bueno. So there are good phrases there to learn for sure. Okay, let's look at the next example. Oops. Okay, the next example, guys. The next example is Miguel y María se divorciaron. Miguel y María se divorciaron. Sorry, that was my bad. Divorciaron. Pero, bueno, así es la vida. Miguel y María se divorciaron. Pero bueno, así es la vida. This means Miguel and Maria divorced or got divorced. I mean divorce. But that's life. There's no accent marks in English, sorry. Miguel and Maria divorced, but that's life. That's life indeed. Sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes that happens. So we have Miguel y María. Miguel and María, or María, se divorciaron. Ellos se divorciaron. When you have se divorciaron, that means divorced. Okay? Se divorciaron. Divorciaron comes from the verb divorciarse. Okay? That's quite a verb. It's long and it's tricky to pronounce. Divorciarse. So that means to get a divorce, to divorce, okay? So this is the verb. And you need to use the reflexive pronouns for that verb. Me divorcié. I got divorced or I divorced, right? Nos divorciamos. We got divorced or we divorced. So you need the reflexive pronouns se, me, nos, te, okay? So just keep that in mind if you want to use the verb divorciarse. Okay, pero bueno. That's another expression that is very similar to o bueno. Pero bueno, you can just change o with pero. Pero bueno. And that means but a. Okay, but a. I know that bueno means well or good, but if you say pero bueno that's a very similar phrase to but a. You know, if it's very similar, but a, pero bueno, even though there's not we don't have a literal translation there, you know, in English and in Spanish, if you want to translate, for example, from English into Spanish, every single word, it will not work all the time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So just keep that in mind. Pero bueno, that phrase is very similar to but a. Así es la vida. Así es la vida. That's life. That's life. Okay. Así es la vida is a common expression that means that's life. Don't forget about that. You can use it. It's a good one.